What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and what we're going to be talking about today is powering up coaches. Okay, now for a lot of you guys that are going to be starting Madden for the first year, you're probably like, what's all this power up stuff about? Everybody's talking about power ups, training points. That's pretty much what Madden 19 is going to be about. Powering up and training points, because you have so many options of doing different things within your players, your coaches, your stadiums, your uniforms, and everything is pretty much refundable for the most part, so you're not going to lose the way you would in previous Madden Ultimate teams. Okay, so let's jump right into it. I'm going to go right into my item binder, and I'm going to pull up my coaches under type. Okay, once I pull my coaches up, we're going to discuss exactly what happens with the power up. Now, this guy right here is a starter team item. Okay, so what happens is when you first log in, you should have been able to pick your favorite team. They're going to give you the playbook and the coach of your favorite team. Now, the Falcons are not my favorite team, but I was trying to get like a Julio Jones or something like that in one of the packs. It didn't work out for me. I got bums. That's neither here nor there. This guy is not eligible for an upgrade or any kind of power up, okay? So the base coaches are not. Now, if you pull a gold coach, when you start going through the solos, they give you an option, or you can go buy them, okay? They're going to be coaches available on the auction house, right? Once you get a coach that you like and you want to fully upgrade, or not fully upgrade, or just add some chems to it so that it can make your team a little bit better, you're going to click on him, okay? Now, he's a core gold item, and he has the option to upgrade. Now, when you come over to his upgrades in his chemistry slot, right? I've been getting questions about unlocking chemistry slots, and why isn't it already available? If you try to click this at any time, you don't have any chemistry slots available, so nothing's going to pop up. This chemistry slot, you can see in the bottom right, is customizable, okay? You have to unlock chemistry slots by purchasing the tier upgrades. Okay, how do you do that? You simply press L1 and you go back. Now, for each one of these that you do, you can see the price inflation, okay? But you also get so many different slots, okay? So you can see the card only shows 5, like graphically, but you have 10 of them here. Okay, so theoretically, you got 10. You could get 10 upgrades. You could get 10 different ways to add a slot to this coach. Okay, so for the video purposes, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use 10 of my training points. You can see in the top right where it shows the training that I have 243. So I'm gonna use 10 so that you guys can fully understand it. Even though training points are very, listen, they're ideal. You need them. It's very expensive to get them in most parts when you're trading away, quick selling cards and other ways like that. So you got to be very, very careful with it. But just so that you guys can visibly see what happens, I'm going to use 10 right now. Okay. Now, when I use 10, Doug Marrone is going to get flashy, and then that slot's going to be there right now. Okay. So from that point, we're going to click over to R1, and you're going to see the Jaguar scheme open up. All right. So now you can edit that. When you press the X button or you press the A button or whatever it is, you're going to see that something opens up to where you can add something to it. All right. Now, you see right here, everything is like Jaguars, balanced, rushing, whatever. But it tells you the tiers. OK, it tells you the tiers and how you can add different, attributes to your players. And it tells you how many players are needed for it. So it's your job to figure out what you want to add. And remember, out of the 32 base coaches that we have right now, they all have different ways corresponding to their specific team. So it's about what you want to do with your team. It has nothing to do with anything else. Okay, so as you look at it, remember, this costs training points. So whatever you add to it, do yourself a favor and make sure that you're going to use it. I can't stress that enough, because you guys, what happens is this, right? You guys do whatever you want, and then you'll tweet me like, yo, Gmia, I did this. What do I do now? See, that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? I tell you guys, just like in real life, before you buy something, you got to test it out. You don't just go into a dealership and be like, yo, I like that car the way it looks outside. Let me get it. And then you get it, and then you pop the hood, and there's no engine in it. You got to look at it, inspect it, see what's going on with it before you take it. That is the only way that you're going to make, logically make the right decision. So looking at all of this, right? You can see right here that they have the rushing, they have balanced, what is that? Is that balance O? Yeah, balance O. Jaguars passing, rush D, and then they have pass D. Now, keep in mind, you can get 10 different chems, right? So what does that mean? As you continue to buy more chemistries, it's going to open up different levels. It's not just going to stay with these 5. Obviously, you got 10, ways to do whatever. So they're going to be adding other ones. Yes, you can add ×2 of chemistries, ×3, stuff like that. But there's going to be different things that are going to open up as the year goes along, and as they continue to add to the game. You're going to be able to have so many other options. That's what the goal was for Madden Ultimate Team in the beginning. Now, if you don't like what you're doing, for instance, if you don't like the fact that, I don't want to use this coach. I don't like Doug Marrone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just looks weird and you don't want him on your squad or whatever like that. Simply go back to it and refund your thing. Okay? Now, you're going to receive your 5 training points, okay, because you always get half back. Now, a lot of you guys are also complaining about this. Why does EA only give us half back? What is this about, bro? I hate this. Listen, this is what happens, right? People like to play around and overuse things. So they have to make it a way, they have to do it in such a way that you just don't keep repeatedly going and doing refunds. Okay? So what they do is they take half of whatever it is. Sometimes it's going to cost you coins also. Okay, so as you go down with these slots, right, as you continue to go down, what happens is you lose half, right, and then you got to start paying to do the downgrade. So this is what I suggest, right? If you're a Raiders fan and you want a Chucky, grab a Chucky off the auction house if you didn't pull him or whatever it is, right, or get him out of the team starter packs, and then you upgrade him, and then that's the coach you're going to stay with for the entire year. And then you'll continue as you get training points to keep upgrading Chucky. That way, you already have that established for that, for that part of your Ultimate Team. You already have that established, because it can get very, very ridiculous when you start losing training points. For instance, I already lost training points because what happened was I tried to upgrade a player, and then his base elite that I had already upgraded his base elite. And in this year, if you upgrade the base elite of any card, it doesn't go into the ultimate upgrade set. So I didn't realize that, and I thought, yo, this is all screwed up. And I refunded all the other upgrades that I had for the basic card. And then I was like, oh, let me go ahead and take away this upgrade that I did for the core elite. And then it worked. So I lost half already, and I'm still angry about it. So I don't want you guys to do that. So if you don't like Doug Marrone, okay, you can easily go into the auction house. Let's go take a look at what's going on right now in the auction house. If you don't play solos all the way through, and pick a coach that you want. Okay, you come into the auction house, you go to type, and you go to coaches. All right. Now at this point, only Ron Rivera is available, so he's a core team gold coach. He's eligible for an upgrade. Okay, if you like the Panthers, he's your guy. So you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no real reason if you want the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you want Mike Tomlin, if you want Bill Belichick. Even though they always have the fake coach. I didn't even see how Bill Belichick looks because they don't usually have him, Bill Belichick in the game. But if you want a Panthers coach, this is fine also. All I'm saying is that when you start dealing with training points, it becomes very, very ridiculous. And don't start downgrading, upgrading, doing weird things like that. Pick a coach and stay with the coach. Okay? Now, after you have your coach, what do you do and how does it contribute to your team? Okay? You pretty much go into your team lineup, and you're going to scroll over, okay? And then you're going to go to, I believe, the team strategy. And then you're going to see this guy, right? So look, he's part of the, my starter team. The dude's garbage. I don't really care about his problems. So for this video's purposes, we're going to get him out of there. And we're going to put in Doug Marrone. Now, Doug Marrone is going to add to whatever I have that corresponds to Jaguar players, okay? Keep in mind, it's very specific to Jaguar players. So it'll tell you on the card exactly what it's doing once you start putting the chems into it. Now, keep in mind, I didn't add anything to him because I don't plan on keeping this guy. You see what I'm saying? I don't plan on adding anything to him because do I love Jalen Ramsey as a player? Absolutely. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to successfully get his team diamond and, start working along those lines. So I don't know at this point. But if I do decide to get a Jag-heavy team, I'm going to upgrade as much as I can with this guy to contribute to my Jaguar players. And that's pretty much how it works. Because whatever you try to do, you have to make sure it corresponds. You understand what I'm saying? Like when I brought up the example of Chucky, a great thing that you should probably do if you wanted to go along the lines of upgrading Chucky once the game is released and it's widely available and you want to get a coach is pick the legend, your free legend that you get from the solos as Randy Moss. Okay? And then once you get Randy Moss, when you start upgrading him, all you have to do is make his team chem be the Raiders so that he can get every benefit from Chucky. You see what I'm saying? So it's very, very easy to do what you need to do within the game. I think wasn't he at a 73? Was he more? Hold on, let me go to PowerUp to make it easy, so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's go to Randy Moss right there. Okay, so he was a 75. Okay, so look, you can easily add Randy Moss's chemistry and make him a Raider player. Okay, so once you add him as a Raider, right? That would make it, if you chose Chucky, an upgrade, because a lot of people don't understand. He played for all these teams. We only really remember him for the Patriots and the Vikings, but he was having some really bad things going on in these other teams, the Titans and the 49ers and the Raiders. It was really, really bad, and we want to just forget about that. You know, him going into the Hall of Fame and everything, those are just bad situations. Let's only remember him for the Patriots and the Vikings, but if you wanted to, as an example, get a coach as Chucky, and you wanted to upgrade Chucky, you can help to, make this guy, a lot faster and a lot better for you, okay? Just so we are all on the same page. If you just look at the teams, and then however you want to build your team, remember, 25 players of that same team is going to add you attributes of speed or whatever like that, and the coach also boosts all of those players for that team. And you can choose the chemistry of that team. You can choose the actual team. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is customizable for the most part, except for the coach's team chemistry. The coach's team chemistry stays the same. I haven't seen any of the coaches be able to, like, even if they coach for separate teams, I haven't seen them be able to change the team. So I'm not sure if EA is going to add that, because obviously a lot, like Bill Belichick coached the Browns and he coached the Patriots. I don't know how they're doing that, okay? We have to wait to see exactly what goes on with that. But as far as I know right now, you can only pick the team that they're actually coaching for at the specific time in this game. What if a coach gets fired and rehired in the same year on another team? I guess EA will update it. But for now, all of these are Jaguar schemes that you would unlock from using training points. And that's pretty much how you would upgrade a coach in Madden 19 Ultimate Team. As always, if you have any other questions or you have any other difficulty trying to figure out what's going on, you can tweet me at GmiasWorld, and feel free to drop a comment right below this video. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love.